Oh, look at you and lighting too. Oh,
Yup,
nice. Ooh, I love your outfit.
yup.
Yes.
It's all for you guys. This is all for you guys. I got my hair done, my jewelry on.
I love it. Oh my God, so gorgeous. Your
It's our
skin
first
is
date.
just
You know, you
like,
gotta put
hey,
your
I know
best
what
foot
you're saying.
forward.
This actually gave me an opportunity, or like, I guess more so a reason to get dressed and, try to style my hair for once. The work people that I work with, they see me on video all the time, but it's usually looking not so whatever. So
I
anyway,
know.
well, welcome to Ask Tamily. We are so excited to talk to you. This is the 107th interview, which seems crazy because that means it's already over 2 years of interviews
Okay.
every single weekend, which I love. I am, of course, guest hosting. So for everybody joining, obviously I'm not Suzanne. I do have some awesome shoes to try to fill between Suzanne and Nicole, but I'm going to do my best. And today we are going to learn a whole bunch more about Corinne, which I'm excited to do because I feel like I've kind of known you for a couple of years, and today is actually the first time we've ever talked live. So
Yes.
with that, let's go ahead and get started. And if you don't mind, I'd love to kind of start with you telling us a little bit about yourself. Where do you live and what do you do?
I just realized that I did not put do not interrupt
Go
on
ahead.
my
You can
phone.
do it right now. Don't worry about it. You want to do it
Okay.
right now? We'll do it
Yes,
one sec.
because I do not want to get disturbed. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
No problem. Easy fixes. We've dealt with more challenging things.
And we're back.
Hey, that was easy.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So I'll ask it again.
Okay.
And that way, maybe for recording purposes or whatever, we could just cut that part right out. So tell us, where do
We
you
sure
live and
can.
what do you do? Yeah, editing.
I live in New York, the Big Apple, in a suburb called Nassau County. So I live in Nassau, but I was raised in Queens in the inner city. Right now, I'm currently retired. I just left the Department of Police for 20 years of service. I worked with them for 23 years. So I
Okay.
retired as a New York City police sergeant, and I'm home taking care of my 6 year old. I have two teenage daughters, so that kind of keeps me busy. For right now, I'm still exploring other options to get into, but I'm really not in a rush to go back to the workforce with COVID and everything. So I'm comfortable.
That's awesome. Well, first off, if you've been working for 23 years, please, we're going to save a portion of the segment for your like how to stay youthful tips because you don't look old enough, not only to have teenage daughters, but to have already worked 23 years, an amazing career, and be retired. I
Yes.
think that's incredible. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. That
Awesome.
it's crazy. I I'm amazed myself because when I first started, I said, "Oh, this is going to be forever." But they tell you like it goes by quick, it goes by quick, and sure enough, it went by quickly. Every day is different, and you meet people coming and going, and it helps progress. It doesn't just seem like you're looking at the clock for 8 hours. I was out there on the street. I didn't work inside in an office. I did actual patrol where people
Wow.
call and I would respond to their home. So yeah, I
Wow.
did that for a while, for till the very end, from the beginning to the end.
Dang. Well, I'm sure you've got some awesome stories to tell and probably
I
some
do.
tips for all of us that could be very helpful. So we might have to dig into that one a little bit more too.
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's why I was so like evasive with my name, because I didn't want anyone from the outside to be able to just Google and find me and stuff like that. So
well, that makes sense because one of the questions that we have is like, what is the meaning behind your handle? And I know that I had to ask you, I DM'd you a while ago and asked you, I was like, please tell me your first name so I can
yes,
communicate with you in a more personal way. But will you tell us what does destination body mean? How did you select that handle?
destination came from just it seemed like a long journey for me to keep myself in shape, to keep myself fit. I was once a Beachbody coach. I joined that program, and they have tapes and DVDs for you to try to get other people in. But it was more for myself. I just saw that it was a long journey. It was like always like the carrot in front of the horse. Like it was always right there, but unattainable. So I said, you know what? This is not like a quick fix. This is a destination that I'm on. This is a journey to get my ideal body in my head, what I wanted for myself, how I wanted to see myself. So that's where that destination body came from.
I love that because it's a lifelong destination and your body will change all throughout your life, no matter what, having children, not having children, aging. And I think that's a really great message to think about it as always something kind of in process and learning to
Yeah.
accept that and have your own version for yourself of, what is that for you?
Right, right. It's a never ending journey. I don't think you'll find the end. Like, okay, I'm good. I'm sitting
Yeah.
back. My body will remain this way forever. You're always on a constant, what does this outcome will bring? If I eat this, then that. If I don't work out, then that. It's
Yeah.
always evolution, kind of say.
Yeah. Totally true. And all of that will still change throughout your life. So once you get it figured out, you probably get a new curveball.
Probably, probably, probably. Yeah.
So, well, this is perfect then because I'm interested to know how did you segue from working kind of in the Beachbody realm and being a coach, and how did you find Tracy?
Well, the beach body was good. You're exercising hardcore, which I remember stuff like that in the academy where you're doing a lot of sit-ups, push-up, jumping jacks. And as you get older, it's not so kind on your body, like on your joints. Some people are able to keep doing that forever, but I wanted something different and I didn't know what. But then I kept seeing the infomercials, the late night with the metamorphosis, and I said,
Mhm.
that looks good. I'll try it. And I bought it and really didn't do much with it, unfortunately. Um, I may have done a couple and then I put it to the side, but then I kept seeing the um, Gwyneth Paltrow and J-Lo, and when they would interview them on the red carpet, and it was always Tracy Anderson is their trainer. And I'm like, if she is doing that for them, dude, I need some of that.
Yeah.
So so then I was just like on Instagram and I started seeing different people and I'm like, everybody looks really good, like really good. Not critiquing or anything. I was like, everybody looks like so fit. And then I started stalking certain pages more and more. And then I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. And that's what I did.
So is that when did you jump into doing the metamorphosis, or did you jump right into doing some of the streaming?
I didn't do the streaming right away. I went and bought DVDs from like Walmart and
Yeah.
I think Target, and I even bought some off of Amazon. And I started like that, and I was seeing results. And then I did YouTube, and I did a little her dance cardio on YouTube. And then she had some type of what she promotes now. Tracy had some type of 2 a week, and you get it. And I'm like, okay. And then I think someone sent me the link, and I was like, okay. And I haven't looked back. I
Yeah.
haven't looked back.
That's
Very,
awesome.
very honored to be a part of this community. Tell you the truth, it's motivating. It's uplifting. It's really good.
Well, we're happy to have you. It's probably one of the most unique things, I think, not only in social media, but most definitely in fitness, where it's just a community of support and encouragement and friendship. And I saw Scotty, who lives out in California, she posted the other day and said something along the lines of like, I feel like the Tamily is better friends than my real life friends
Oh,
sometimes. And I was like, well, that's really sweet. And also the Tamily is real life friends, just some of us haven't met yet, right? In
is
person.
that crazy? Because
Yeah.
I make it a point to, comment on my friends in my head, my friends'
Yeah.
videos. I was like, what are they doing? I might not have anything to say. I'm like, yeah, I just got to say something encouraging so they can keep going. They know that I've watched.
Yes, exactly.
You
And
know?
it really is good for that kind of motivation and accountability, even if it's not like directly, I'm trying to do this many days or whatever it might be. Just kind of seeing your people out there and knowing that they're out there supporting you too is really motivating.
It is. It really is. It really is. We encourage each other a lot.
So how long have you officially been streaming since you started the 2 week trial? Has it been a couple of years?
2018, I believe. I think
Mhm.
I went back in my Instagram, and I think I was like maybe 2017, 18, around there, just 2 years.
Okay. And when was your first post? Was it around that same time, like when you started posting your workout?
Yes, but I've
Yeah.
always been posting my workouts
Oh,
from
okay.
Beachbody. I've always been posting my workouts, and I just leave it there. You just put it
Yeah.
in the atmosphere. Like, look, I did my work, and I just leave it there. It wasn't for critique or eyes or followers. It's just okay. I just shows that I'm accountable, that I did it. It's almost like checking it off on a calendar, but just as visual.
Yes, it's like a visual workout journal.
Right.
And I know that Miriam did a really great thing for you a while ago and said, go back and look at your old posts because
Yeah.
sometimes when you're so committed and it's day after day and you're doing it, you don't really see those changes. When you go back in history and look at some of your old posts, you can see, wow, oh my gosh, my transformation or my form has improved. And I know you love hydrants because they're your favorite
I'm
jam
making
move
my
ever.
point to say we're doing it again. I know Tracy's probably saying, like, why does she keep talking about it? I'm like, yeah,
All of us have one of those moves.
I'm like, it's in this week again. It's like you love it, but you're like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's you don't want to count the reps, but you're listening to how long the songs are going on before it
I make it
switches,
a
and you're like,
point not to count.
yeah,
I make it a point because it's almost like you're driving yourself crazy when you count, you know.
yeah.
Because you start like, okay, all right, she did 10, she did 15. This is 20.
It takes you out of the moment, out of that
It
flow, and kind of puts you into a little bit of anxiety mode, maybe.
it does. It sure does. You're right. You're right. So
Yeah.
don't count.
So, what do your friends and family think of the method? Do any of them join you or participate?
No,
No,
no, not at
they just
all.
let you do
Not at
your
all.
thing.
Yeah, they let me do my thing. And I get up early. And my son, he'll come down sometimes and he'll keep me company. But other than that, nobody bothers me.
That's
They
nice.
know that I'm up, I'm doing it early, and I'm getting it out of the way. They'll see me, they'll turn on the light. Sometimes you'll hear the washing machine in the background or the dryer in the back. If you listen, yeah, or somebody will come by and be like, good morning, and I'll be like, good morning. And I try to edit it out sometimes, but nobody cares.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the best though, and that they give you your space. Where's your like TAM workout area? Are you in your
It's
basement or where is that?
I'm in the basement. I'm in the
Okay.
basement. That's my space in the basement. That's like my son's toy room as well. So, but it's fine down there. They say it's creepy. My kids say it's creepy.
Creepy. It looks like it's a totally finished basement.
It totally is. It
Yeah.
totally is. But we have these spider crickets that are known for in Long Island, and they jump really high and they come at you.
Oh
So
my
my
God.
husband had to bomb the crawl space. So we don't have them. So that's what they say is creepy. But I love it down there. It's cool. Not much light, but it's fine. It works for me.
Yeah. It's a perfect little setup that you got. And it's nice to have like a dedicated space. I feel like the less obstacles you have every day to kind of get going, the more consistent you're going to be, just because you don't have to say, oh, I gotta move a couch out of the way or whatever. Sometimes you have to do that, but it's nice when you can just get right to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so I am curious. I mentioned Miriam's comment, but what kind of results have you seen from your experience with the workout?
Definitely mental clarity.
Mm-hmm.
More than anything else, I'm able to focus, and I find that I'm balancing better.
Mm-hmm.
Like she did that move last week where you sit down in fundamental and you get up, pull your knee up. I wouldn't be able to do that,
Yeah.
on my own, without her challenging moves, and that's what I could see. Balance, focus, and clarity. Definitely. I felt my body being stronger as well. Little things like I couldn't do this. I used to have a little click in my shoulder all the time when I did it. No more. No more. She's able to make you move in ways that you would not be able to move otherwise. You wouldn't think to move and it keeps everything lubricated. It keeps all the joints and muscles youthful, for lack of a
Yeah,
better word. Yeah.
that's a great way to put it. It's like a an exercise form of glucosamine or something like that. Like just giving you a
Possibly.
little extra slip to your joints or
Yeah.
I don't know. In a good way
Because
though.
yeah, because if, like I said, if you don't use it, you lose it. So we're
Hmm.
using everything. Every week something is being pushed and pulled. So it works. It works.
So
Um,
what's your normal routine? Are you in the fundamental lane? Do you move lanes back and forth? Tell us a little bit about how do you choose what you're going to do for the week?
no brainer. I'm doing fundamental. Fundamental is my lane. That's my baby. I take care of it. I go right to it. I don't even think about something else. I've tried going into attain because I see everybody doing attain, and it's like all the badasses are doing attain. You need to be in that lane. But then
No,
I go in there and I'm like confused. I'm confused, and I was like,
I'm confused too.
I'm like, we're going where, and then what? And she's turning, and then she's putting her feet in. I'm like, oh no.
You're too funny. But I
And
have seen you doing the lives, so I feel like those are like attain times two
yeah,
plus 50% more because they're even longer. So I've seen you, man. You've been kind of dipping your toe in a little bit.
that's jumping in there. That's jumping in there just to see if I can do it. And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
sweating my behind off. I'm like, I'm like ready for that thing. And then with the stick and everything,
Uh-huh.
I really, really like it. But for the regular everyday workout, I go to fundamental.
Okay.
Um, I don't even watch the breakdown. I just dive right in there. And
Good.
early morning, preferably. And sometimes I get a little sidetracked and it'll be like a brunch kind of thing. But I'm in there early and I'm trying to get it over and done with before my mind tells me no.
I think that's the best way to do it if you can, because then there's nothing that gets in the way later in the day. You don't have, oh darn, I got to make dinner or this, and then it's going to be too late. So if you can knock it out early, that's definitely my preferred. I feel like I'm not doing that as much anymore, but I'll get back to those early mornings. I love that. Do you
Yeah.
have any like rituals or anything that you do in part of your setup or your workout, like essential oils, or you just go straight in?
Straight in. I moved the ironing board. I moved the chase to the back of the room. I put up my tripod. Let's get to it.
All right. I love it. Woman
Yep.
that gets straight to work.
Get straight to work. And from there, straight to my treadmill. Before you think
Yeah.
about it, because once you think about it, you're like, I'm good. Maybe I'll do it later. And then later doesn't happen.
Yeah. Plus, who wants to take two showers in the day? If I've like cleaned up from working out, I don't know that you're gonna catch me like back out there getting sweaty again. I'm just like,
This
oh
is
no.
true. But you always tell yourself that maybe it'll be easier if you just split it up.
Mm,
Like, do the 10 in the morning and maybe take a nice run at night but it just doesn't happen. But I'm happy with my ritual.
yeah. Yeah, what you're describing, that's like my fantasy life where I'm like, oh, I'm so motivated to work out and I have so much, so many hours in the day that I could dedicate towards that. I always joke there's never enough time for Tracy
No.
because we have so much content. There's so much that you could tackle. So you really got to like give yourself the ability to focus and give yourself permission to just do what you're doing and what your lane is and not get too distracted or overwhelmed.
Right.
Because that can happen too.
Yeah. Yeah. She has a
Yeah,
lot of content. No one could ever say there's not enough.
that's for sure.
I don't even know how she gets done to do it all. I really don't.
Yeah,
You
she's
know.
a creative mastermind. That's one thing that's definitely for sure. Um, so tell us a little bit about your running. Is that what you like to work in for your cardio, or do you ever do any of the dance cardio too?
I don't do the dance cardio. I would like to. I just never do it. For some odd reason, I just don't. Um, when she used to do it the live, I tried staying to the end, but I'm like Fumbleina, so it just doesn't work. And I'm like, okay. But the treadmill, I try to get like a half an hour in there, whether I'm walking or fast run, and I'm done. Just for the cardio aspect of it, to try to
Mm,
get my heart like going faster. But
yeah.
Tracy Anderson's fundamental, is he really enough? It really is. It really
Yeah,
is enough.
it's definitely a solid workout, and you will get those reps in. That's for sure. Have you ever met Tracy?
No,
No? Have you been
no,
to a studio?
no. And it's right,
No.
and it's really right there.
Uh-huh. When I get back to New York, you're gonna come.
We're gonna meet,
We're gonna do a
definitely.
big meetup. Yeah. Oh, I think, gosh, you would love the studio. Although, if you don't like it too hot, we'll have to ease you in because
It's
it's a
hot.
little toasty up in there.
Wow. Wow.
I'm putting it lightly. It's more than toasty,
Really?
but it's fun. Like you feel the energy is just kind of radiating through your body and the music, like you can actually feel it vibrating. And then those
Wow.
bouncy floors, like I don't do dance cardio either, but when you're in there, the bouncy floors, you feel like light as air and you're just like, I
Mm.
can dance all day. It's awesome. So definitely are
Wow.
gonna have to get you there once all this other stuff calms down and
Calm down,
we're
yeah.
allowed to travel again.
Yeah, I see she even opened up the watermill studio. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a little further out, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, never been to any of those vitality weeks or a lot. No,
Oh, yeah. We're gonna
that'll
have to
be a
get you out
treat.
there. Yeah, it will be a treat. Plus, I mean, you just love the trainers are all amazing. Every single one of them are
Mhm.
incredible and unique, and it's awesome. So we'll have to put that on the bucket list. It's on my bucket list for you.
Okay.
What would your advice be to somebody that's new to the Tamily and new to the workout?
That's funny because someone did DM me and was like, I just joined. I'm going to keep at it because of you. Someone just
Oh,
DMs me that. And I said, yes, definitely. Give it a try and keep at it. Stay the course. Stay the course for sure. For sure.
yeah,
Because I made a couple of posts that I wasn't seeing the results for me. Like, I'm doing this and I'm not seeing the results. But Tamala just showed me they're there. They're
yep.
really there. It's that I guess I'm waiting for something magical to happen. Like my body will switch out for like a model's body or something, you know, because that's what I'm looking for, you know, that's the
Yeah,
results I'm looking for. But when she DM'd me, when Tamla Asian DM'd me, and she's like incredible, and I'm like, what is she talking about? And she just snapshotted a picture of my old self. I was like, my jaw dropped because I can clearly, from the hips, the arms, I can clearly see the difference. I don't even know why I did not go back in my own,
yeah.
my own feed. I just, like I said, I posted and I leave it there. But I've never gone back. But she showed me to go back, and I was like, my jaw dropped. I was like, oh, I was much bigger. Like, whose body is that? Yeah, and it's like we said before, it's still evolving. It's still gonna
Yeah,
improve with time, but I just didn't realize that my arms were that big, my hips were that big, my legs. So I'm thankful to her. She is definitely like the fairy godmother all over the place. She's like, she
she
just
is.
sprinkles. She just sprinkles. She lands like a little bee. She lands on each flower. She lands on each flower. I'm thankful for her. I really am.
Yeah. That's actually such a nice visual. Like I imagine her like a little Tinkerbell or something that's kind of coming around and giving everybody a little bit of magic that they need. And it might be different for everybody, but you're right. She can shape some bodies. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She take you from beautiful to also beautiful, just in a different way.
Yes, in a different way. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, which I love. Have you faced any challenges while you were doing the method or anything that kind of got in your way?
No, just my husband when he was like, "Where are you going?" I get up in the morning. He's like, "Where are you going?" And then he would start tinker around in the morning in the kitchen, and I'm like, "I'm up this early on purpose
You're like,
to
don't bother
avoid."
me.
Yeah, don't bother me. But then I guess he kind of realized that he fell back. But that was the only obstacle. No, everybody's like really supportive. Nobody bothers me now. Nobody bothers me. It's like no one cares. But before, it was like when I got up out of the bed, all of a sudden he had to get up. Like he couldn't sleep. And then he has
Oh.
to start, like I said, making coffee, and he's in the kitchen. And I'm like, dude, you're making so much noise.
Do you
You know,
listen to music on headphones or do you listen to the class music? Like, or are you able to just work out kind of in quiet mode since you do it so early?
I listen to Tracy's music. I'm
Okay.
like not one of the ladies that are cool with the Spotify. I'm like lame. I'm
You're
not like
cool.
I'm not a computer like really good with it. So I don't know how to make my own playlists and all that stuff like that. So I just listen to her music and whatever she's listening to, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's good. If it works for you, it
Yeah.
works. I think that's awesome.
But I would love to put on some like some heavy rap music or something, but it is kind of early.
Well, I got you covered if you need a couple playlists, so I could always
Okay,
DM you some links. That way you don't have to create anything. You could just
that would
follow
be
along with
nice.
one. I
That
got
would
heavy
be
rap,
nice.
everything from heavy rap to Frank Sinatra, whatever, whatever you want.
That would be
I listen to
nice.
all kinds. Yeah,
That would be really nice.
it's fun to have a little variety. I think it is good to follow Tracy's music while she's doing arms because she really choreographs like to the beat of the music that she's playing.
Hmm.
Um, but then usually after that, I say it's a free for all. I'm putting on my own,
Right, right.
and I
You
like it
do your
loud.
own thing.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes you do want to hear something different. Probably like my like 2 or 3 days in it, you're like, I want to hear something else.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if you're like into the 1 millionth rep of something. You're like, I need a new song to push me through.
I hear you. I hear you.
What's your favorite thing about the method?
What's my favorite thing about the method? It definitely keeps me youthful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mentally and physically. That's the method. That is the method.
It's like aging in reverse. It's like the Benjamin Button effect.
I think so.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, just look at the family. Like Susan posted her picture for they posted her picture for the magazine, and she's sitting there at a table, and then when she's standing there with her mouth wide open, like screaming, you can clearly see like she looks younger in her physical being, her aura. It's like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely.
100%. And that picture of Suzanne is probably one of my favorites besides her own favorite picture of herself, which is
Mm.
like her and her husband, I think, on a cruise. And it's just like the
Oh,
most awesome picture. But she's like so full of energy and to be able to see her like get back into it, it's just so motivating.
yeah,
So,
yeah, totally.
oh yeah. So I have a question for you, which is sort of unrelated to this list, but I'm just curious.
Go ahead.
What was the first car that you ever had when you started driving?
Oh, I know. It was a 1993 Jetta. I always wanted a Volkswagen Jetta when I was younger. I don't know. I like Volkswagens. I like Porsches. So that was on my bucket list. And when I got my little city job, I went and got a Jetta,
Nice.
a Volkswagen Jetta, silver. I totaled it though.
Oh no. How long did you have it before you totaled it?
Oh, I had it a long time. I had it a
Oh, that's
long,
good.
long time. I started working midnights, and I was working that steady for the family. You know, was working out better with the kids, and I slept. I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and I totaled my car.
Oh my gosh. And you were okay? Obviously you're okay now, but
I was okay. I hit like a work van. They must have stopped at the light, and I kept going. But I'm thankful that that happened because I was right in front of a high school, and had I hit a kid, it would have been terrible,
oh,
terrible, you know.
oh
But God works in mysterious ways.
yeah.
I crashed up my car, so it was time for a new one. He wanted to bless me, turn it into positive.
And tell me you didn't get a
You
new
know,
Jetta. What did you get after that?
I did not get a new Jetta. I got a Jeep,
A Jeep. Oh, I like it.
a Jeep.
Like a Wrangler
Yeah.
type Jeep or like a Cherokee type Jeep?
A Liberty, a little
Oh,
softer
nice.
feel, a
There you
Liberty.
go. That's like a
Yeah,
hybrid of
yeah,
off-roading and then also like nice ride. Cool.
yeah. So I had that for a while. I gave that to my daughter. She's driving that now. So, but yeah, God wanted to bless me. That's how I saw that. But I was thankful because no one was hurt, and the van was not damaged. But my car was like curled up like this. Like the front was just like that. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh. But
Well,
you
it's
know,
good. They
God
did
is
all
good.
that crash
God is
test
good.
dummy safety to keep you safe. So the
And
car
yeah,
takes the
was not
brunt of it,
hurt.
not you.
Yeah, was not hurt, and neither was anyone else. So that was an experience.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh my gosh. So, do you have a favorite like quote? So, I call you, I've named you this, my queen of positive thinking, because you're always sharing like the best positive thinking. But is there like one quote or something like a saying that in particular sticks out to you?
Well, if I'm gonna do that, I have to go straight to the Bible, and I have that here.
Oh, let's hear
It's
it.
Second Timothy 1 verse 1 and 7. Chapter 1 verse 7. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. So whatever you want to do, don't be fearful. Don't be fearful, because God didn't give you that. He didn't give you that spirit. So that's
I love that.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
making me think over here on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. I pull out little positive quotes. I try to do that because I was before Tracy and the method. I wasn't always in a negative space. My friends will say, Corinne, like, oh my gosh, you're like the Debbie Downer. I would always be in a negative space. So I really had to start reversing that, and when you reverse that, you start reading more
Hmm.
and just keep thinking, but look at the positive, look at the positive, look at the positive. So that's why I post something positive, because we can all use a little uplift, whether it applies to you or not. Sometimes it
Yeah,
doesn't apply to everyone, but
take it or leave it. But
like,
I really love that you put that offering out there.
mm-hmm.
And I think you said the other day, it takes work. It's no one's positive all the time, even people that are like always happy. It's not normal in life. So sometimes a little help from somebody else or
Mm-hmm.
a little quote, a little reminder, something like that just helps you try to see, there's two sides to the same coin all the time. And it's how you look at it
Mm-hmm.
and kind of how do you position your attitude. I really do think it will have an impact on just how you approach life and how you feel in general. Hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
People
Absolutely.
used to tell me that I was a Debbie Downer too, and what I had to also educate them on was that I'm just really good at seeing problems and I can spot them before they happen. And so my goal in life is to try to avoid them at all
Mm-hmm.
costs. Like if I can see a car crash happening, if there's something we could do to stop it before um, I'd love to do that. And I had to really think about how do I position things in my mind so that it didn't come across as negativity. But it was really tough because I didn't, when people are like, oh, does anyone ever tell you sound negative? And I was like, oh, how dare
I'm like,
you?
me? Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I don't feel negative ever. I
No,
just want things to be
I got
good.
it from my parents. I was raised with strict West Indian parents, and it was always, you can't do that because of this, or that's going to happen. It was always the
Mm,
negative to protect you,
yeah,
but it just came up as, you're stagnant. You're never going to step out, But I don't think they meant it to be harmful, but I then in turn used it, and that was me. Like,
yeah.
woe is me. It's always me. That was my song. And nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
had
with
to
you.
start changing little by little, little by little. It's not going to be an overnight thing.
Yeah. Well, good for you for doing the work, and thank you for doing the work and sharing it with us too, because I know obviously it helps me, but I know it helps so many other people too. So
Yeah.
we appreciate you
Thank
and your
you.
positivity.
Thank you. Thank you. And the world has a lot of negative. We
Hmm.
don't need any more, And I know sometimes I go there in the post, I do get a little negative. I get a little sad, but I try to pull back. I try to pull
Yeah,
back.
we all do. Again, it's that ebb and flow, right? And that's why you have we got our Tamily here to help kind of pick us back up, offer some encouragement, and I
They
mean it's
do
helped me
help.
plenty of times too.
They do help
Yeah.
tremendously. Like when you drop that block on your foot, I'm like, oh my
Oh God,
God.
that was the worst.
Oh my
The
God, you
worst.
showed your purple foot. I was like, oh my God.
It's getting
And
better.
but there you are every day with your hands and I'm like, look at you. That's positive in itself. You didn't let that sit you up. You could be sitting there eating popcorn and watching TV and be like, I'll be back. But no, you're out there.
Oh, well, thank you. I still am eating popcorn at night, watching TV. But I just felt like I want to think about what can I do instead of what can't I do.
Right.
Um, and just kind of keep that momentum going. For me, the workout is really just something it's almost essential for me to be able to fall asleep at night. Like if I don't get some type of workout in the day, it doesn't have to be a full hour or whatever, but if I don't, I feel like I lay awake all night long thinking
Wow.
about my day.
Mm,
So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do arms. And I'll tell you what, try to do 45 minutes of arms to an hour of arms. It's really hard to hold your arms out straight.
it is.
Um,
It really
yeah,
is. It really, really is. And not even with the weight. You could do your
yeah,
arms circle, you could do your arms backward, and then you try your arms feel like two big bricks sitting on them. It really is. It's really hard. Like
yeah,
people don't understand. They look at it and like, oh, what are you doing? Like my son,
yeah.
he goes, I'm gonna exercise, and he starts kicking his foot up in the ground in the air, and I started laughing at him. I was like, you have no idea. It looks simple, but it really
Hmm.
is not that easy to push your own weight,
Yeah.
and much less when you have to put that ankle weight on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
People be like, that's hard. And I'm thinking, uh-huh.
yeah,
Or they
yeah.
might say, oh, 1 pound, that's not going to do anything. I'm personally guilty of this. The first time I ever learned about Tracy Anderson and saw that she was using 3 pound weights, it was back in the day when I was like at the gym doing major curls, and I was like, please.
Yeah,
And then I tried it and I was like, oh, I just got my ass handed to me,
yeah.
basically. So,
For her to be
you know,
so slim and petite and toned, you would not, in your mind, you can't fathom how
right.
strong she must be because she keeps going. I'm like this. I'm like, I'm done. And looking at her, and she keeps going. Like, oh my God. She's got some strength.
For
Yeah.
sure. She is a strong woman. It's very difficult, I think, to be a pioneer in anything, let alone in fitness,
Hmm.
and stand strong in your beliefs and put up with, people poking fun at you or trying to take your content from you and all these other things. And I think she really leads with respect and she's focused on her, not focused on others. And, that reaps its own rewards, right? In terms of the
Yeah.
benefit of all of the people that do the workout and are really loyal to her and support
Hmm.
her. And but yeah, I mean, she's gone through a lot of trauma. So has everybody, but I mean, even the past couple years with both of the fathers to her children, I mean, it's amazing, and she's still out there doing what she does and
Right.
delivering and practicing what she preaches and processing through pain and like doing the work to deal with it. So I've got, the utmost respect for that woman. One day maybe I'll meet her too. Who knows?
You
But
haven't? Oh,
no,
wow.
no.
So
Um,
we definitely have to do that. That's on our bucket list. We're going to do
yes,
her together.
we'll do it in New York, and hopefully she'll be
Okay.
back there by then. I can't
Okay.
wait to go back. I'm just like, I used to go 4 or 5 times a year, sometimes more,
Wow.
for work because I work with a lot of hospitals in the city. And I'd always try to stay an extra day or two and like get over to the studio and just meet up with, some of the awesome ladies that live there. Um, it's just a great city. So I can't wait to go back.
Okay. Can't wait to see you
So,
then.
yeah. Oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time.
I can't wait. I really can't.
It's going to
I'd
be
love to meet some
awesome.
of the ladies. I would really love to meet some of the ladies.
Oh, you will love everyone. When you meet Tamily, you're meeting instant friends. Everyone is welcoming. I can't tell you, I've never had a bad experience. I've met Tamily all across the US.
Hmm.
I haven't met anyone internationally yet, only because I haven't been able to travel internationally, but be sure that I will. And you have a friend wherever you go.
Oh,
It's
that's
amazing.
nice. That's
Hmm.
nice. So I definitely joined the right community then.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I am curious because we joked a little bit, and I know that fire hydrants are hard.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Tam move? You have one that you're like, yes, I love this one. I could do it all day long. Maybe not all day long.
I don't have a favorite. I don't think I have a favorite.
Okay, that's good. They're all equally good. You just
They
maybe have a
all,
least favorite.
but yeah, I don't have a favorite. Not at all. I
Okay.
love the broomstick. I love that broomstick. It
Yeah,
helps the balance. So maybe favorite apparatus,
there you go.
the broomstick. Yeah,
I
the
like that
stick.
broom. It's hard, but I like
Hmm.
it. It'll get you.
A lot of
I had a
balancing. A
few
lot.
times where I ate it trying to use a broom for the first time. Fell straight down. But you know
Yeah.
what? Now my balance is better. I can stay up.
I changed sticks. I said it's not me. It's not me. It's the broomstick.
Yeah.
I had a regular yellow broomstick, and then that was like I was sliding right off. And I said, okay, let me use the Swiffer stick. And that the tip of the top of that has like
Hmm.
the coating is like plastic, so it grips a little.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you don't go sliding so quickly. It gives you a little nudge to let you know we're going down.
So you can slowly fall
Yeah,
down. That's
so
good to
you can
know. I
help
have.
yourself. You can help yourself. You don't go boom face first.
I may have to bring my Swiffer stick out the
The
next time
Swiffer
I
stick.
can do a live. I bought myself like a super long broom handle on Amazon because my other one was too short. And I was joking, I have a big rake, and I thought, oh, I could use the rake, but I couldn't get the actual rake part off. And I thought, if
Oh
I fall on this rake, that's probably not a good thing. So I'll
yeah,
have to just bring out the Swiffer.
Johnny actually DM'd me. He DM'd me. He was like, "How do you get the Swiffer stick off?" And I told him how. He's like, "Oh, oh." I'm like, yeah, that
You
thing.
might need to post a little tutorial for us because I don't know
Yep.
how to take it off
So
either.
that has like a little V. You got to pull one of those flaps out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
All right.
works.
Good to
Now he
know.
now he's Swiffer educated.
He is up to speed on the Swiffering. How did you first discover the Tamily? Did you know about it right away?
I can't even remember, but I know that I found one, and then I just from one you look at the comments who else likes, and
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
you start looking around, and I believe that the person that I saw was Erica Boom.
Yeah,
Erica
Erica
Boom.
loves you. I know I think she's watching. She was watching earlier.
Oh, I
So I
don't
love
know.
that.
She's a busy lady. She's another one. She's busy with her business and everything. But I think that was the first person, and I really like stalked her. I was just watching everything she did, and I was like, this woman looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks amazing. And then she just posted something from back from like years ago. I'm like, what is she? I'm never eating. I'm never drinking. I'm like, she looks so good. And then Loretta Fitness, she looks as good. It's this whole community. They're like rock stars, rock
Yeah.
stars. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
No doubt.
and they're accommodating too. Like you send them a message and they answer. Like no one ignores anybody. That's another thing that's very welcoming and inviting. Everyone has time and they take time to respond to messages. The most littlest of message, on a little comment, like they'll respond. And I think that's really nice because that makes you feel like that's a person over there. That's just not like somebody just posting. That's an actual person and they actually care.
Yeah.
This community is very inviting. So when they respond, it's like, oh my God, they said something back.
Yeah, it's like the true definition of engagement with a community versus just like posting to be like, oh, look, I can do this move really well, or I look really good, or something like that. I feel like the Tamily is so much more than that. And that's what keeps me coming back day after day. I mean, I love Tracy, don't get me wrong, but I'm like,
No,
without the community, I think it would be a lot harder to find the motivation to like work out at home by yourself every
you're
day.
right. You're right. It,
Yeah.
it, it helps. It helps tremendously that someone else is actually going to concern themselves like, hey, how you doing? How's everything? And then you see them post and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll do something today. And then it just becomes a routine, like you're brushing your teeth. You think nothing of it. You got to do it because something's missing when you don't do it. You
Yeah.
feel off, you know? You really
Oh,
do.
for sure.
I
No
wonder,
sleep.
I wonder how this community even got started. Like, because it's
Yeah.
it's 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 really like netted together, really good. Do you
I
know?
don't know. I don't know if I know exactly, but because I've only been part of it for a couple of years, but from what I know, like from Suzanne and some of the other OG members is that Tracy had started a Got Your Back Girl challenge,
Oh,
GYBG, and encourage everybody to actually post their workout online and tag each other for accountability purposes. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what started the Tamily, but that may have been like really what springboarded it into kind of what it is today. And now it's just like this like mega awesome
it's
community.
out there, and it's massive. It's massive. You know,
Yeah.
when you see people like working out, and it's like they're in Asia, and like, wow,
Uh-huh.
this is, and then you see Germany, like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think someone contacted me there from Australia. Like, oh my God.
Oh, I'm sure. We got representing the entire globe, which I think is pretty cool.
That's phenomenal, right? This is one
Yeah.
woman has done all of this. That is phenomenal. You know,
Yeah.
how many businesses that can say that they did this like a solo person? It's not like a, you know, like a team of board members and stuff like that. No, this one woman had this vision, put it out there, and it
Yeah.
caught fire. It caught fire. You know, it's
That's
really good.
true. A good fire, and it's like a raging fire too, but in the best way.
In the best way. In the best way.
Yeah.
In the best way.
So, let's see. Have you watched any other Ask Tamily interviews? Have you seen any of the other ones?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Do you have any like a key takeaway from perhaps one of the other ones that you've watched? Something that stuck with you?
Just always stay the course and be encouraging to others. I've gotten that, you know, be encouraging and stay the course.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
really what it's about. Consistency, right? It's
consistency.
this is the type of workout, 2 weeks isn't enough time to be like it's going to change your life. In fact,
Mm-mm.
it takes a couple of months sometimes to just get comfortable and familiar with your body and kind of using it in this new way.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you learn how to actually extend more. And then you're like, oh, that's what they're talking about in the breakdown. They're like, use your abs as a
Yeah,
lever, or use your leg as a lever to get to your abs, and all these other kind of nuances. So
and
it's
I like
awesome.
that Tracy tells like you have to find your own way. Like she doesn't
Yeah.
instruct you like step by step. You have to find how your body is going to make it move up, move down, hold it. You know, I
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's
that's
different
really
for
good.
everybody. If you're tall, you're short, whatever, you might need a different height chair or something, but you can always kind of find it within yourself. And
Right,
that's the beauty of it. So there's no exclusion. Anybody can do it. And you just do
right.
as much as you can do. And that's really what the goal is getting yourself to where you're challenging yourself. And that may
Mm-hmm.
look different for one person versus another.
Right.
But that's where the magic happens.
It definitely, magic is definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to happen. And they're going to be so happy and pleased with the results from
Hmm.
young to old. You're going to be pleased with the results.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. So I feel like there's probably been a ton of questions in the chat, and this is probably my failing as a host and not keeping up. So what I may do, I'm sorry, it'll kind of zoom up on me, but I'm going to try to scroll through
Okay.
and see, because a lot of people have more questions than I do, and I want to make sure I'm not dominating everything, because it will cut us off at exactly 1 hour. So I feel
Okay.
like we have 11 minutes. So while I kind of scan this for questions, is there anything that you want to share about to the Tamily while you have this audience about what's important to you?
What's important to me is this family. It really is. To keep being warm and embrace it to all that comes with it, and to start if you're watching on the sidelines, you're not comfortable enough to post, that's fine. It's really for you, but start. I'm telling you, if you wait and sit on the sidelines and just watch, you're going to be frustrated a year later or 2 months later that you didn't start. It's just start where you're at or what you have, whether in the beginner lane or the fundamental lane. Start and reach out to those that you have questions to. They're very warm and inviting, and I think this is a great community and a great place to start with exercise. Start in your lane. Start.
Yeah, I love it. That's perfect advice. Just start somewhere. And if you think about it, try to look at your before. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm guilty of this. I never really took my measurements or did anything,
Neither
but
did
at
I.
least having the video, like, because when you do post, you can go back and at least see physical
Right.
transformation, but that is good to kind of help yourself. Um, so we do have some questions in the chat. I'm going to start trying to scroll backwards and go
We
through these.
do. That's
Oh
so
my gosh, we have a ton, and
that's
also
so
so many
nice.
hearts and loves and
Thank you
everything.
guys.
So, one person asked, you mentioned a tripod. Do you have any tips for filming your workout that you can share?
I went on Amazon and I just got one of those extendable tripods with the ring lights. I don't use the ring
Okay.
light, but I just use it to hold the camera. Just look at which one works for you. I think I spent like $20, $30 there. Everything on Amazon. You can find high to low prices. You pick out what works best for you, buy it, and start.
Yep.
That's it. Period. Point blank. Start.
Just do it. There is
Yeah,
some type
because
of affordable tripod available for everybody, so you can get
right,
one.
because
I
I
think,
didn't have the
as cheap as
best.
10.
I had an Android phone, which everything was dark, the video was sketchy. But in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I'm not
Yeah,
doing this for followers in terms. You're just doing it like for accountability, so that you have
yeah,
something to look back on, and
that's good advice.
yeah,
Amazon's got everything you need for a tripod, so look there and just start.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
They
All
got
right.
everything.
Scotty wants to know, is there a move that you have seen the most improvement over your journey? So I know we didn't necessarily say that there's a favorite move, but is there one that you have most improved or you feel like, oh, I got this so much more than
Arms,
I did?
the arms for
Okay.
sure. The arms, the
Yep.
opening arms. Look at that. Look at that. I have.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Look at that. That's no jiggle. Like, sometimes you get that bat wing. That
Uh-huh.
arm is turning into a youthful teenage arm.
Yeah. Your arms look amazing. So
The arms.
what do you feel helps you? Is it just performing them better? Is it do you do more arms?
No, I don't do more arms. I do
Okay.
what she does.
Okay.
The without the weights and then proceed on with the weights. Yeah.
Okay. Good tip. Arms where it's at. I'm doing a lot right now. If you guys need tips, hit up Michelle Maple and Goat. She has created this awesome YouTube playlist of so many different arms and stuff like that, which has been a godsend for me. So can't lie with the arms. Tara Stress says she can't wait to meet you in New York City when you come. She's one of my BFFs out there too.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. It's like so hard to read sideways. Let's see. Original matte arms. Do it twice. Oh, yeah, that is hard. I cannot do it twice.
That's a
One
lot.
time a day with some other things. All right. Glass of wine because it's 7:30. Okay. All right. I'm gonna scroll fresh and see what other questions we got. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in right now. And I'm trying to keep up, even though I look like a maniac, straightening
Yeah,
my
they don't
neck
got much
sideways.
time. They only have what, about 5 more minutes?
Yeah, let's see. 5 minutes is right. Um, the healthy esthetician, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. She says she definitely does it for the accountability too, talking about the posting, which I think is really good. Okay, what's your favorite rap song? Madison Trainer wants to know this. Maybe
Wow.
maybe she can get Tracy to add it into to one of the workouts.
Um, oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh, this one is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Anything by Notorious B.I.G.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so gritty.
Yep. I love that.
I think it's the one where call the coroner. Yeah, that one.
I'm gonna add it to my workout too, and then
Okay.
I'll send you the link. That way you can
Okay.
listen to it while you're working out.
Yeah, I love 50 Cent. I love Notorious B.I.G. I like the old school. This new stuff, I don't know.
I'm with you. I like the older stuff, especially Tupac. I mean, I love Biggie, but Tupac is like one of my
Tupac
favorites,
is
probably
really
because I
good.
grew up in Arizona. Like I felt
Well,
closer to
Tupac
California.
was more conscious,
Yes.
it was more, yeah,
He was so young too, and it's amazing to think like how much activism actually
he
was
did.
in his music, which I
Yeah.
love Tupac. I work out to him almost every day. He got at least
Really?
one song in the mix every day
Wow.
for sure.
It's just crazy that I can't remember the Biggie song. Like, can't remember it, but You'll find it for me, I know.
Oh, I'll find it for you. Don't even worry. All right, guys, I'm trying to keep up with the questions. Okay, most new stuff is trash. Amen, Tara. The new stuff is all sampled from old stuff.
My daughter loves this guy that he just died. Unfortunately, he got murdered. Pop Smoke.
Oh,
He got some nice stuff too. Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke. Let me make a note right here.
She plays a lot of Pop Smoke. He just got killed,
Oh my
but his
gosh.
music is nice as well.
Okay.
All that gritty stuff, you know.
I like that. Anything with like a good beat too. If it's got a good beat, like good tempo, you can really like find your groove. And that fits with Tracy's talk this week too. Just like find your groove.
You
Keep
know
going,
who's good
flowing.
too? Jay-Z. Jay-Z has a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
conscious stuff too.
Yeah,
So that's
for
my
sure.
playlist, guys. Jay-Z, Biggie, 50. Send that my way.
I'll be sending it your way. Oh, Scotty asked, do you use the music of Tracy's? And we talked about this. So
Yes.
she currently listens to Tracy's music. She is open to listening to other playlists. So if you all have playlists on Spotify, send her the link and she'll listen. I'm going to do the same thing and give her some more variety.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. I feel like, oh my God, the timer is probably like clicking down. All right, we have 3 minutes. Let me see if there's any new questions. It's so hard. I don't know how to scroll all the way back because I feel like I'll lose everything. Uh, hmm. All right. I have a question for you.
Go.
When is your birthday?
Oh, May 11th. I
May
was born on
11th.
Mother's Day. I'm a Mother's Day baby.
I love it. Happy
Yeah.
Mother's Day to your mom. Do you have siblings? Are you an only child?
I have two brothers. I am the middle child.
Okay.
One older,
Middle
one
child.
younger. And my son was born on Mother's Day as well. So he's my Mother's Day gift.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
He's like the apple of my eye. But I love my
Aw.
daughters. I love my girls. But they're different. They're just totally different. The moods.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and you said they're teenagers too, right? So that's a whole
Yeah.
new can of worms. Just wait
Yeah.
until they're in their 20s and then they'll tell you, Mom, you were right. And they'll be appreciating everything. And you'll be like, just sit back and revel in all that.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I just did everything my mother told me. I'm like such a
You're
square.
so good.
I did everything. Like they said, be home here. I was home on time. I like did everything I was told to do. We got 2 minutes. Anybody questions, guys?
Yeah,
I
I'm trying to
don't want to
look.
leave anybody out. But yeah, I was such a square.
New playlist. Madison did say, watch out for next week's live. So I think she might put a little birdie in Tracy's ear and get some
Oh,
good
that would
music in
be
there for you.
so nice. That would be
And she
so
said
nice.
Taurus. Yes. Oh, so your sign is Taurus.
Yes.
I don't know much about signs. I'll have to read up on that. But you're right. All right, we have 29 seconds. Okay, so let's wrap it up. That way we don't
Okay.
get cut off mid talking. Anyway, I'm so happy to know you. I can't wait to meet you and give
Me
you a big
too.
hug in person. Thank you for participating. This will be posted for everybody watching. This will go on to the Ask Tamily IGTV and it'll live on forever in YouTube.
Oh.
If you have any other questions or if you're not following Corinne, please follow her immediately because her positivity will bring